So I get asked all the time, how do I shoot photos myself? Because I don't have a cameraman following me around or a professional photographer. And I sure as heck, when I was a henna artist, I'd go to clients and I'd have to shoot photos myself. So today, I'm gonna show you how to grab beautiful Instagram pictures with nothing other than your phone. As creative makers, so whether you're a jewelry designer, a baker, a hairstylist, a henna artist like me, whatever it is, if you are creating something out of your own two hands, it's also insanely important for you to know how to content create or how to take good images of your work so that you can create a portfolio that gives your work justice in order to attract more clients, more leads who are interested to work with you. Taking good photos of your work, of your designs, of your art, whatever it is that you make is insanely important because that's how you're gonna start to attract clients to your business, because that's what you want. First tip that I have for you here is all about compositioning. And basically, photographers use this rule called the rule of thirds in order to lay out the photo in an aesthetically or visually pleasing way. And you can enable photo grids on your camera, on your phone, to make that layout and composition way easier to follow. Essentially, once you open your camera, there's obviously no grid in there. But here's how you can turn it on. You just go to your settings, type in camera, grid, turn that on. Once you go back to your camera, you're gonna have these nice grids open up, or they're enabled. Composition your photos way better. And here's what I generally recommend is either center your photos in the middle, keep your focal point or your subject in the middle, or in the far left or in the far right. And that way you have a visually pleasing photo that is going to reel people in. You see the cat up there? Look. He's like, you see it? Like just fanning in the hot Toronto weather. Second tip I have for you is that you need to have good lighting. There's absolutely no point of return if you have bad lighting in your photos. There's no way that you can edit that out. There's a general rule also that photographers use that's called the golden hour. And this usually occurs during 2 times of the day, either during sunrise or sunset. But if you're working with a client and you don't really have time on your hands and there's a very specific time that you need to be there and you want to grab a photo quick, just be sure to have natural sunlight. The sun is your best friend. And I would know I'm a warm-hearted Egyptian. You have to have good lighting and just either sit by a window with a lot of natural sunlight or just see where the sun is, or you can even get those little $1, $2 lighting things from the dollar store, and that way you can have your photos well lit. Third thing is adjusting your focus. Now, if you notice in very high quality images, you'll find that there's a central focal point in the image, and then the rest of the image is usually hazed out, or it's an effect called the bokeh effect. And ultimately, you can either do this manually as you're shooting with the phone, where you can click and it auto focuses when you're tapping on the image, depending on which element that you want to be the main focus, or you can even edit it manually. So we're gonna dive on the screen so I can show you exactly how to do that through an app called Facetune.
This is a henna design that I done in Egypt a few years ago. But generally, as you can see, the focal point of this image is the design on the hand, and then the pyramids and the scenery in the back is sort of the environment or the overall scenery of the photo. What we want to do is we want to enhance the main focal point, which is the hand, by defocusing or hazing the background. There's a bunch of tools that you can see here, but we want to choose the defocus tool. And we're just going to click on auto, and it's going to automatically detect what focal point there is. As you can see, it's sort of still hazed it out, but what we can do is we can click on this eraser tool, zoom in, and just delete where we don't want that blurry effect to be. Just generally want to see what the before and after looks like. There's 2 little icons right here, right next to the slider. So you just click on that, before and after, and you can increase the haziness or you can decrease it all the way down, but we obviously want it to be midway like that. Photo is gonna look automatically way much more polished and way more professional, even though this was also only shot with an iPhone. And it's very subtle, but it really adds that much depth.
The next thing is adjusting your angles. Now, you would be surprised, you can shoot the same photo over and over again, but if you are changing up your angles, the photo actually looks different. You're gonna have a vast library of content or of Instagram photos that you can share on your portfolio or on your account. I'm gonna go to a house right now, this really cute like blue purple house that we usually shoot content at. And even though it's gonna be the same day, the same outfit, the same everything, I'm gonna show you how you can create different shots using different angles. Angle number one is gonna be like a power pose shot. And usually you wanna do that when you want to make your clients or you wanna make your images seem like powerful or courageous. We need to grab a few photos. Now the other shot that we're gonna do right now is a wide lens shot, meaning that you're enhancing the overall environment while having a focal subject in the middle. Last one is a close-up shot so that the focus is on the face. And this face right here is falling asleep. A little bonus tip that I have for you is that it's totally fine and it's totally okay if you mimic shots that you see online. And I usually do this all the time. I save specific poses or I save specific shots onto my collections on Instagram. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, you can check this video out on how I create categories in order to never be stumped on what kind of content to shoot and post on Instagram. When I'm out on a beautiful day like this and I'm stumped on, I don't know what pose to do or I don't know what shot to do, I just refer back to my collections and I replicate shots that I've seen and saved. Gorgeous, gorgeous shot by one of my favorite influencers called Susie Shatook. And you can see, I'll pop the image right here somewhere. And I'm basically gonna be doing a replication of that photo with my own style and my own spin to it. So this next shot is gonna be a top view, and those usually really work when you're trying to do flat lays. However, with a human being, it's not gonna be a flat lay. We're just gonna do a top shot, and you're really enhancing the person's figure, or maybe you want to show off their hair or something of the sort. Okay, so a bonus tip that I have for you is add movement to your shots, okay? Nothing is more boring than this overposed image, especially if you're a shy type like someone like me. Yes, I am shy. When you add movement to your shots, you're relaxing your client, or you're relaxing yourself if you're shooting images of yourself. Your photos are going to come out so much more candid and so much more natural just because you are way more relaxed, and that confidence is really going to shine through in your images. Some examples of that can include either playing with your hair, which I know I tend to do a lot just because my hair is everywhere, or you can twirl around, fix your bracelet, and fix your glasses. It's just going to come out way more organic and way more spontaneous. When you come to shoot a shot, you're never gonna get it from that click and shoot. It's gonna take so many different shots and so many different angles until you get that perfect Instagram shot. Now, as a way to save time and be efficient, all you need to do is just shoot in burst mode. When you're shooting in burst mode, you're gonna collect a range of photos from that single shot or that single moment. You have an assortment or an array of photos to choose from. Just press and hold to that shot. Your camera's gonna automatically snap several different shots in that single second. Okay, gotta look both ways before crossing the street. I would love for you to come join my free Go-Getters Facebook group, where there are almost 400 amazing women, entrepreneur women, artists, makeup artists, henna artists who want to leverage growth for their business. I pop in on a daily basis, just providing free resources, free information, free advice on how you can grow your business. You will find the link in the description below. And in the meantime, you can check out these two videos on how I edit my photos to create a beautiful Instagram theme and how you can increase your engagement. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next week.